as this is coming up is that this area right here serves as resistance for us. And then the candle start to come back down. Jake, if you haven't been paying attention on my Instagram, there's a reason why I brought it back, right? So, I don't have to, really don't have to explain myself. Yeah, all good, dude. All right, and look, it's starting to get rejected. This is what I want. All right, it's just a patience game now. All right, just a patience game. And if it goes south on me, hey, fuck it. It goes south on me. That's where this is where if I did lose, right? What would be my thing that I go back and say, well, shit, I should have covered profit and I should have got out when I went back to my entry, right? And at that point, I'll be good. In this case, not looking so good, right? But we still have a whole minute to the close. And if it goes the opposite way, then hey, you know what? I look to take the other trade. Again, yesterday, I took 2 losses back to back and walked out still on the day with profit, right? It's all about mitigating your risk and keeping your losses small, relatively small, right? Okay. I don't like this. 645, and it closed above the 9 and 20. We don't got the MACD cross yet. I'm looking at everything else, staying patient. You just got to activate it. If you bought the lifetime and all you see is the free, you just put in a ticket, right? So start in the start here section, right? And it says, hey, if you don't have access, put in a ticket, and we go through it every single night. No, I would never go back to small cap. There is really no purpose for me to do that. All right. And this morning we got about 700 of you guys in here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. And here we go. Let's get this pushed down. Do you guys like this type of lecture and lesson as we're trading? Is it helpful? Hopefully it's not too distracting. No, fuck yes. Fuck yeah, I love it. Any first dayers in here? Nice. Welcome. Welcome. Uh, this weekend I'll be doing a first week. Cool. Welcome home. This weekend I'll be doing a little lecture too, just to help people out some more. So um, I'll announce that on IG and throughout the Discord too. So all right, I'm looking at the other stocks, right? I'm looking at Nvidia. Looks like it wants to drop. Tesla looks like it wants to curl and drop. Amazon's the only thing fighting, as is Apple, but I'm just waiting, staying patient. One-on-one mentorships, I do plan on doing again, just not at the moment, because my days are completely shot right now. So once all that gets settled away, then I could kind of go back to normal schedule. Yeah, once the MACD crosses, I think I'll go ahead and get out. But I'm looking at everything else, and everything else to me looks like it wants to drop. But now here goes Tesla, which is funny because now here comes down Amazon. Weird. Okay. Come on down, baby. All right, close below the 9 and 20. Drop below VWAP. All right. Come on, baby. If anything, the one thing I want you guys to like see and understand and realize is the importance of being patient, right? Trusting your technicals and being calm, right? Like I'm not over here like, oh my God, it's going the opposite way. I need to get the fuck out. Move, right? I'm not doing any of that. I'm sitting back, right? Just watching it. And if it does go south on me, then hey, it goes south on me, right? It's not the end of the world. But being calm is extremely important. All right, Tesla's shooting up, Amazon's holding support, as is Nvidia. So I think this is going to start to break out. And that's fine if it does. I should have covered my profit when profit presented itself. So there's a lesson learned, right? Lesson learned is fucking cover profit when you see profit show. Right, starting to push up. All right, so I'm out. I'll just go ahead and take this loss on the fucking chin like a champ. Oh, but my heart is telling me this is going the other way, but I'm out. So I took a hit. I lost. Okay. I was up at one point, $300, and I ended there negative 600. Okay. Learning lesson, right? Take profit when profit displays itself. Am I butthurt about it? No. All right. Because guess what? If this breaks here, with the MACD cross, then I take my trade. So there's 390. We're starting to get the MACD cross. I'm looking at Tesla pushing up. I'm looking at SPY pushing up. Let me take my trade here, right? So now in this case, there would be calls, right? Yeah, and if you took profit and then the rest you ended out a little bit below what your start was and you ended up break even, that's, I mean, you're at zero. There's nothing to worry about. News at 10, home sales. All right, so that's in 7 minutes here. Ooh. Yeah, if this ends up working out in terms of calls, yeah, it will be full size, but it's not showing a plus, and this is actually doing what the fuck I wanted it to do too. So patience, patience, patience. All right. Let's notice the circle I drew. That's exactly where all the resistance and hesitation's at. Right. And this is roughly going to be about $1, so 20 contracts. Right. Candle is going to close in 3 minutes. Looks like it's going to close with the MACD cross. Waiting and watching for the break of 390. There's the break of 390. I hate that news is coming right now. which is like could drive this literally right back down. Keep watching. Okay, there's the break of 390 with the MACD crossover back down below 390. So just waiting. Looking at Apple. Apple's got rejected off the dive. Excuse me. And everything else is pushing up. So 2 minutes to the close here. I like this move. If I really wanted to get in, I could take starters to start here in the anticipation of the news, but I'm just going to sit and wait. Discipline, right? Lucky discipline. Your Thinkorswim shows the seconds. It's on the top left where it shows the date. Mhm. 1 minute. Yep. Hose on, baby. There's the news. Close, MACD cross. Watch us get us. Which I'm actually okay with that cross because then if we reject and come down, there's the news coming down, right? So and now as I'm looking at Amazon, Apple, etc., they're dropping. So I'm liking this move for puts, to be honest with you. And I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. I am in long now on calls once we just broke this 390. You can see here I got in at about 119. So I waited just a little bit for it to break the 390 level. And I am long on calls, and it is an A plus. It's within 3 candles since the MACD cross. So we ain't making anything but story here. And here we go. All right. So we are long on calls. Right. And with these calls, we have multiple confluences on the way up. So here we go, still pushing. So from my 119 entry, it's up here to $1.52, 23%, and still pushing. You can see here I'm in about the $600 profit range and staying patient. Okay. How many of you were able to get in on these calls with me? Beautiful. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. Still pushing up. Half an hour into the day. Making money, 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 money. No, I am full size on this one. This is A plus. So this is one of those scenarios where I take 2 full A plus trades. Now, had I taken my $300 profit earlier, along here with now up $500, this would be $800 off of the $1,000, right? So even though, yes, I made a mistake earlier, I should have covered profit, all that stuff, whatever, go, right? This shows you that within half an hour, you can turn that $1,000 in some cases, double it, make 80% of it. And that's not bad, right? So we do this just about every single fucking day. Can you guys not hear me? What the fuck? No, my thing's unmuted. No, you can hear me. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody say whale. It's always good when we make money. Second thing, I know some of you guys are new. Some of you guys this is your first day in here, one thing about me is I watch this start to go south. And again, another example of me not taking profit. um, One thing about me is, in here, this is all family, right? This is all quote unquote the wolf pack, right? So there's rules that I have in my thing. Make sure you read those rules. If any of those rules are broken, I just kick you out. And I don't care what type of program or package you paid for, or your background, or who the fuck you think you are, right? I have zero tolerance for BS. So make sure we keep that BS to a limit. Yeah. Life is already plenty stressful as is. You know what I mean? We don't need to have this place be one of those. Ranch is coming along, man. I mean, today would be day 11, and from day 1 to day 11, I mean, it looks really, really good. But it's like so much work, man. So much fucking work. Come on, Spy. Keep pushing up, motherfucker. Yeah, that drywall, the home we took off in a day, and then we did his daughter's home yesterday, which is like a little spot right across. I mean, it's on the same property, but right across. So yeah, we did mess around, man. In and out. And get those walls tore down, start getting some heaters in there, dry it all up. I hate this candle right now on SPY. 30 seconds to the close. I'm not liking this at all. Again, we could cover profit, all that good stuff. No, it did go from 120 there to 160, which was nice, right? And if this starts to go south, hey, it fucking starts to go south. I don't care. You guys shouldn't be copying me identical anyway. Like my risk tolerance is much bigger than any of yours, right? So just because I haven't covered profit doesn't mean you shouldn't be covering profit, right? Make sure you cover profit, mitigate your loss, mitigate your downside. For me, I don't mind losing here because it's not a matter of me making money here to show you, right? I already showed you what could be made. And that's the point. And that's the drive that I made across, right? So I could end up taking a $2,000 loss here, right? And I'm fine with that because then later I can find another trade, and I've only been putting in $1,002. I can go and find another trade, put in my 10K, and make that back within a couple seconds. So again, my risk tolerance is different than many of yours, right? So, and I'm saying that not to say, hey, I have a bigger bankroll. I'm saying that because a lot of people, they follow people on Instagram or they see people what they're making here in the chat, and everybody starts somewhere else and everybody has their own zone. Stay in your lane, right? Don't just come in here trying to copy me, because my lane is at a different lane. Now, I will do what I can to coach you while you're in your lane, right? And say, hey, you know what? We're about to take calls. This is where I'm taking calls. Now, where you decide to take profit is based off of your own tolerance. So keep that in mind, okay? Hey, we're coming back down. Funny. Yeah, so both of the trades that I called out today should have led to you making money. The puts that we took went north of 20%. The calls that we took here went north of 20%. That's profit. NVIDIA has an A plus coming down. Apple struggling all morning to try to break and close above the 9. Amazon and Tesla holding above the 9 EMA support. So some conflicting signals, especially with NVIDIA dropping down, but everything else holding up. And we have about a minute to the close. Ideally, I don't mind this pullback. I would like it to stay like this and close above 390, stay above the 9, get a little bit of a pullback, and then start to curl back up. And I'm always curious, right? I ask it every day. How many people so far within the half an hour have made profit on the day? Break even. Yeah. Okay. Some of you not. All right. Lost 100, then made 180, so up 80. Okay. Minus 19 bucks, minus 500. The next thing that I would ask you, okay, because I've seen some 500 losses. $500 loss, assuming you have a, that was at your 3%, 500, $500, let's just say. Actually, let's assume that's at your 2%. 500 divided by 0.02. That means you have a $25,000 account. So if that is accurate, you're okay. If that is not accurate and you have less than $25,000 and you lost $500 today, that is not what you want to be doing. Okay. And you don't have to disclose your account. That's, that can stay private. But I say this because a lot of people take heavier losses than what they should. The one thing I want to get across to all of you is you need to keep those losses per trade within 1 to 3%. And per day, no more than 5. And if you can do that, you set yourself up, because then later on, you give yourself a fighting chance, not only within the same day, right, to maybe find another trade, but then you also give yourself a chance to fight another day, right, in case you have a red day. And losing 5% on the day is really not that big of a deal, right? So long as the following days you work on it and improve upon it. Yeah, it's longevity, right? I've been doing this for 13 years. There's people that try to do 13 years worth in a month. Like, it doesn't happen. I wouldn't say they both didn't work. They both worked. They both made money. It's just I didn't cover profit. So if you're just trying to copy me, I'm being super patient, right? I don't like, my profit goal when I first get in is I look for at least 30% before I start to cover profit. Which none of these, except maybe minus the calls there, were 30%, right? They were all like 20, 25. So ODTE, because of risk, right? It's very risky. So with more risk comes more reward. It's risque. We got about a minute to the close, and I would love, absolutely love, for this candle to close where it's at. This is that pullback trade we were just talking about. Yeah, if you're a beginner, I would avoid ODTE, right? I would maybe give, so today's Friday, I would maybe get like the Monday or Tuesday contracts, right? But there's nothing wrong with trading those ODTEs either. It's all about learning how to size, right? So yeah, they may be risky, but if you size correctly, you mitigate your risk. All right, so right now I have all my drawing on there. Let's clear the drawing. Let's draw what we see. Okay, so right now we see resistance here. I should color it red. Right now we see this resistance right there. And at the 390 level, this is now acting actually as a bit of support. Support, resistance. And so as I'm in these calls, I'm willing to let it drop to right here, right below the 20, and if I get a MACD cross. And what I'm looking for is it to continue up and break out this resistance. But as I'm looking at every fucking thing else right now, it's dropping. Son of a bitch. But I'm just going to stay patient and wait. And as we're in the waiting period, let's talk about the trades that we took this morning. Okay. Do a little recap so you guys can understand what I mean by every single trade today led to profit. Okay. So trade number one, and I'll draw it in purple. Okay. Trade number one, I got in. Whoa, what happened? Trade number one, I took puts right here, puts. Okay. So then we would look over here to the puts, and I got in right at about $2. Okay. So $2 entry. All right. And those $2, as SPY dropped down to here, this went up here to just shy of 240. This was about, the peak of this was at 236. Okay. So, son of a bitch, I forgot to select it. So 236. For those that don't know how to calculate percent gain, it's 2.36, which is the high right there, minus the $2 you got in, right? Which will equal the 0.36. Divide that by the 2. That should give you, I think that's what, 18%? Percent gain, just make sure I got it. 2 to 2.36. Yeah, 18%. Okay. So that's an 18% win. I had put in $2,000 worth, 18% of 2,000, that was positive 360. Had I covered my profit. Okay. So that worked out. Now I didn't cover profit because I wanted, instead of 18%, I wanted another 12%, which would be the 30. Okay. So I stayed, didn't do it. Now these calls, I got in at right in this zone once it hit about 1.2, right? And we can see that because if I scroll down here, you'll see where it goes to 0. It's at about 119. Okay. So I took those calls right there at about 120. All right. And then from 120, all right. So trade number 2, I'll draw it in orange. Trade number 2, we took these calls once we got, son of a bitch, got to do the draw. Once we got this MACD cross, and I got in on around one of these candles here. Okay. And again, I got in at about 1.2, and I bought $20,000 worth again. Okay. Now from now, as you see, we're being patient and I'm still holding, and it's now at 1.6. So from 1.2, we just hit 1.6 by being patient and me just kind of talking through the trades here with you. 1.2 to 1.6, that's 33%. That's 33%. Off of the $1,000 or $2,000, that would be about $600, right? So I'm roughly there. I'll probably put a little bit more, right? So you can see now I'm up. If we're watching now, right, I'm up $1,000 from what I put in by being patient. And if I decided to cover here, I can hit flatten or whatever, right? But boom. Are you guys enjoying this live? I'm giving you guys gems today, baby. Gems, gems, gems. How many of you have gone from red to green a day now? Yes. Let's fucking see it. Yes. Yeah, so if I decide, hey, you know what? I'm done. I want to just take out here. Let's let this hit $1,000 and I'm going to take out. Boom, I'm done. $1,000 today. Beautiful. Up $2,400. Up 90%. There, I covered my profit. I'm done on the day, right? Earlier, I took a little. So earlier, when I was trading, okay, I didn't cover profit and I lost $600 minus 600. Okay, it was actually 660. Here, I just made north of $1,000. So now if I detach this and bring this up over here and clear my drawing set, how much did I make today? $360. So even if you were following me today, right, you should have stayed profitable. If you weren't profitable, it's because you oversized. And so if I take that $360 and I multiply that by 252 trading days in a year, $360 times 252, you know how much money that is? $90,000 at the end of the year. To be exact, $90,720. And I just did it in front of your fucking face. How many people would like an extra $360 a day, which would equate to 252 trading days, which would equal $90,000? Be honest. How many would love an extra $90,000 this year? Right? I don't think there's not one person in here that wouldn't like an extra 90. Was this hard? Was this hard for me to do? No, right? This was not hard at all. And I did it while teaching, right? Imagine if like I played with my real money and was focused, right? So anyway, that is the live. We do this every single freaking day, all day long. So since last Friday, I've been doing the $1,000 to $2,000 challenge. Okay. And just to like prove a point, you don't need a lot to make a lot. On Friday, here, on the Friday that I did it, I made $1,960. The following Tuesday, because Monday was a holiday, I made $1,700. On Wednesday, I made $1,200. Yesterday, I only made $250. And then today, $360. Had I covered profit and all that, these should have been $1,000 days. Okay. So if we do the math there, 1960 plus 1,700 plus 1,200 plus 250 plus 360 equals $5,470 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trading days. I don't know what to tell you guys. That's essentially $5,470 in a week. This is like people's monthly salary. Right? So again, the proof is in the pudding, right? and I'm doing it in front of your fucking face, right? So now how am I able to do that though, right? There's nothing special about me, right? But what are some key factors that I've displayed here? Discipline, right? Patient, calm, correct sizing. And the patience here, right? I got in here on calls. It went up. It started to go negative. I almost drew a dick right there. It started to go negative. How many of you, and be honest, got out because of these red candles right here? Don't lie. Yeah, you guys did. You got fucking scared, right? That's part of it. Did I get out? No, right? Why? Because we were still above the 9. It was looking bad, but I needed it to close below the 9, right? That's part of the patient act. And what happened? It held support and we identified, hey, this was support. Remember, I drew on it. And then what had happened? It bounced back up and came up. And we made even more money because it came up right there. No, I got out of everything already. So you can have all the strategy in the world, right? And you can think you know what you're doing, but if you don't have the discipline to allow the trade to happen, you don't have the patience for it, it's not going to work out. And not only patient, a lot of people don't stay patient because what? They're oversized. So you're not allowing yourself to be patient. In order to get patient, what do you have to do? Practice patience, right? Just like love, right? How do you show more love to your spouse? You got to practice love every day, right? So, or you want to get good at a sport. What do you got to do? You got to practice every day. You want to get good at trading. What do you got to do? Practice every day. Now, if your struggle is patience and being patient for the move to play out, guess what? You need to practice it. Well, how can I practice being patient, Andrew? What am I going to tell you to start? Say it. Size the fuck down. Exactly. 1 to 3. I would go 2 contracts, right? This way you can practice the act of scaling, right? I would go 2 contracts and stay patient and then slowly build up to whatever contracts you can afford, right? But if you can't practice that act of being patient, if you're so focused on this area over here, the P&L, you're fucking up. You have to focus and solely look over here once you're in the trade. 90% of people don't do that. That are quote unquote so-called traders. I don't want that to be any of you, right? If you're all your eyeballs are over here, I drew some tits right there. Some lopsided tits. There's a big one and a little one. If your eyes are over here, they're in the wrong place. Okay? They need to be over here. This is where you focus at, not this. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoy the live. And for those, there's some of you that have been in here for a week. For those that have been in here for a week, have you guys enjoyed every single day with me? Fuck yes. Fuck yes. I love it. And it's so funny to me, right? Because I take note of everybody that stays in. I take note of everybody that stays Believe it or not, I mean, there's 500 of you. We started at 710 today, and 200 people dropped off. Those 200 people missed this conversation about my tits over here, right? About these lopsided tits over here. They missed the conversation about being patient, right? So when you start to compare yourself between somebody that is a good trader or not, and I'm not saying by you being in here, you're any better than anybody else, right? But there is a certain level of knowledge, right? There's a certain level of how bad you want it, right? The people that stay in here want it bad, right? Commitment, right? You're committed. That's why you're still in here. And we're an hour in. And I get, yeah, of those 700, which is, 200 people, maybe they had to go to work. Totally get that. Can't knock them for that. But if they're just leaving and like, hey, fuck it, I lost today, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. You're missing the whole point, right? So that's the next piece. I know it's the weekend. The weekend's coming up. Spend 1 hour out of one of those days and just go over your trades. Go over where you fucked up. Go over where you did good. Read a little bit of a book, right? That level of commitment, like what did they used to say? Kobe Bryant would shoot 10,000 shots a day, make 10,000 shots a day before he left the gym. You know how many fucking shots that is? Or 1,000 shots? I'm probably over exaggerating, right? How committed are you to this, right? To me, this isn't a game. This is financial freedom, right? This freedom is allowing me to go every single day and help a friend. Actually, he's a brother to me, right? It's a family. That's family to me. I'm able to do that. And I'm not saying that to brag, right? Hey, I don't got to worry about my 9 to 5 or anything like that. No, I'm saying that because I put myself in an area of financial freedom. Not only that, but then you can start to give to certain people, right? You can start to do things, right? That's how I use my money, right? People are always like, oh my God, you don't have a Rolex, you don't got a Lambo. No, I use my money for freedom. I use my money to build experiences so that my kids can enjoy. I use it to buy assets so that I leave behind them. I use it to help others, and I use it to give me time. Right? And yeah, okay, I got a sick raptor and guns, but that's it, right? But lots of guns and lots of ammo. But anyway, I just want the best for you guys, right? And I know you guys wouldn't be here unless you want to get to some level of financial freedom, right? Or to supplement some of your expenses, right? So take it serious, be committed. But all right, guys, I'm done. That was my ramble for the week. I hope you guys had a great week. I hope you guys had a good day. And I will see you guys next week. I will be doing like a little lecture on the weekend. I'll post it. I'll send it in advance with plenty of time for you guys to get ready for it. Boom. Strap up. Don't spend all your money at the strip club. I don't care if she says she has your baby. Don't matter. All right. Later.